What is up, everybody? It is Psycho. I am back with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about these games. We're going to decide which game is the best out of the mainline Pokemon games. We're gonna be talking about the whole generation, the entire game as a whole, and we're being unbiased, of course. None of that Gen 1, Gen 2 cock riding bullshit that you see most people doing, saying that gold and silver are the best. Gold and silver are so good. Yeah, they were good, but we're gonna see which other games are better. So I'm just gonna start off. I did not play these games. I did not play Let's Go Eevee. I did not play Let's Go Pikachu. And I did not finish Sword and Shield. We're gonna run through this tier list. We got godlike, good but not godlike, decent, and dog shit. Starting off, godlike. Actually, we're gonna run through the tier list. Mega Ruby, Alpha, Sapphire. You know, a lot of people didn't like these games, or they say that it wasn't as good. I think they were pretty decent. And the reason why I'm saying that is they were good enough, but they weren't great games, and they weren't bad either. You know, we had all the Mega Evolution bullshit. The game was easy as fuck, but honestly, guys, every Pokemon game is easy as fuck. Every single Pokemon game is easy. Now, these are probably some of the easiest. And it had all the Mega Evolution bullshit. It gave Mega Evolutions to Salamence, Metagross, Pokemon that, quite frankly, didn't need any Mega Evolutions to begin with. They had no business even getting those. But I digress. These games are decent. They're not great, and they're not bad. Okay, Pokemon Black 2 and Pokemon White 2. These games are fucking godlike, man. I ain't gonna cap. These games are fucking godlike. Pokemon World Tournament, pretty decent story. Not a great story, not as good as Pokemon Black and White, but it was pretty damn good. Good Pokedex. Had a lot of choices to choose from. They brought back a lot of the old Pokemon back, because that was a big complaint with Black and White, how they didn't really give us the old Pokemon from other generations. We were kind of just stuck with Unova Pokemon and limited to about 2 to 3 routes when it came to getting the old Pokemon. But with Black 2 and White 2, it's like, it felt like this game was actually a part of the Pokemon world. It wasn't that separate, and the Pokemon from the past games actually appeared. You could catch a Flygon, you could get Arcanine, you could get Lucario. It was great. It was fucking awesome. What was also good is that they didn't, like, these games, they didn't just give us a Pokemon Gray, which I'm glad they didn't, because that would have been ass. That would have been dog shit, because they've been doing it for years, just giving us you have this color and this color, and you have this third game, which is pretty much just an updated definitive remaster of this game that came out like a year or two ago, which is it's terrible. So I'm glad they made an actual sequel to the game, and I hope that they make more sequels in the future, because I think these are the, other than Gold and Silver, these are like the only known sequels in the series, and they should honestly make more, because this game pretty much cemented Unova in Gen 5 as one of the best generations, honestly. So I guess we're still in Gen 5. We got Pokemon Black and White. These games, damn, what would I put these games? I'll come back to these. Actually, let me rate Yellow. Because that's pretty much Pokemon Red and Blue, but better. So we're rating Pokemon Yellow. This game did not age well, honestly. It did not age well. The Gen 1 Pokemon games, they were kind of shit. I'm sorry. When it comes to Kanto as a region and the overall story of the games and how the game played, it just wasn't. We rarely go back and try to play those games, and I feel like Game Freak knows that going back and playing these games is yeah, you don't want to do that. And honestly, a lot of people kind of dick ride Gen 1, or at least like they was dick riding Gen 1 around the time of Gen 4 and 5. People saying these regions weren't as good as Gen 1 or Gen 2, and I'm like, that's just silly. You know? Pokemon Crystal. I'll put Pokemon Crystal at... Can I still go back and play Pokemon Crystal and have a good time? Yeah, Yeah, I think so. I think is that Gen 2 bias? Is that Gen 2? Nah, I'm gonna put it did not age well. If I can't put if I put Gen 1 in this tier, I have to put Gen 2 in this tier as well. All these games, these games are representing Gen 1 and Gen 2. Good for when they came out, but just did not age well, honestly. There are definitely games from that came out around this time that you can still play this day and still have fun. I think that in a series like Pokemon, there are better versions of these games, and I'm gonna get into that in a moment. Pokemon Platinum is good, but not godlike, and let me tell you why. So the Pokedex in Sinnoh was, it was kind of yikes. There was not a lot of good choices to choose from. Everybody's team kind of looked the same. You had a Luxray, you had a Staraptor, you had a, if you could find the Gibble on that bike route in the cave, you have a Garchomp as well. You could get the Riolu. If you took the time to level up Riolu and evolve him, you would get Riolu as well. And other than that, there isn't really much. There isn't really there are not even any like fire Pokemon. I think all you have is Chimchar and Rapidash. So if you don't pick Chimchar, you don't have any luck when it comes to finding good fire types, which is kind of a bummer. That's mainly the only thing lacking, besides like its linearity and other things. Now the best thing about it, legendaries, ooh, on point. Legendaries were so fucking cool. The new Pokemon in Sinnoh were just amazing. Gym leaders were cool. The difficulty of the game, honestly, so I can kind of see the argument, even though Pokemon games have always been pretty easy, I can see the argument for the Pokemon games getting easier, because Platinum is legit one of the harder Pokemon games in terms of how the gym leaders fight you and how the Elite Four fights you. This is probably the hardest Elite Four and the hardest champion that they've ever put in a Pokemon game. And, you know, it kind of says it itself when they keep bringing back Cynthia every fucking generation. So, Platinum is at godlike. Pokemon Emerald. I will put Emerald at... I'll put Emerald at... I'm not gonna lie, guys. I did not like Gen 3. I did not like Gen 3. You know, it was cool growing up, but honestly, every time I go back to Gen 3, I just don't like it. Like Ruby and Sapphire, Emerald, I just don't like these games. There's no reason to go back and play Ruby and Sapphire aside from certain ROMs, you know. I just don't think these games are that great in terms of Pokemon. Fire and Leaf Green. Fire and Leaf Green. These are, in my opinion, the definitive versions of Gen 1, but I'm gonna have to put them in indecent, because they're definitive versions of Gen 1, but it's still Gen 1. Kanto, it's just not a good region. In my opinion, it's not a good region. They did what they could to make these games as fun as possible, but aside from nostalgia, I don't see anything that's making these games beyond just decent, you know, beyond just, okay, this game is fun, you know. And that's not a bad thing. These games are okay. These games are the middle ground, the gatekeepers of this franchise, and I think that's an okay thing. Pokemon Sun and Moon. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rate Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, since these are like the better versions of the games. I am going to put these at good, but not godlike. But it'll kind of be at the end of this tier. I think these games are better than these games down here, but I don't think they're in the same tier. They're in the same tier as Platinum, but they're not as good as Platinum. So I'm gonna put it a little bit behind. And I'll say that because Alola is a really good region. I honestly think Alola is one of the best regions we ever got. And it's pretty cool that they took away the gym leader bullshit in this generation. We had the challenges, and then there was a lot of actually challenging tasks we had to do. And from what I remember, the champion was kind of hard as well from what I played. Story was intriguing. We had to deal with actual aliens. Yeah, Rainbow Rocket. It was a lot of cool stuff happening in this generation. Z moves were, they were cool. They were cool to look at. Not really cool as a battle mechanic, though. Not really cool as a battle mechanic, but otherwise, Alola, great region. I honestly think Alola is just a better Hoenn. Straight up. Alola is literally just a better Hoenn. But yeah, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, good. Not godlike. We're gonna rate X and Y. Pokemon X and Y, honestly, when they came out, I honestly had, this is probably some of the most fun I've had with Pokemon Online battling in any game. But if we're rating every aspect of the game as a whole, I am going to put them indecent. I don't know if I'll put them above Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but I think they're around the same. And if you can make an argument that they are better than Fire Red Leaf Green, make an argument for that they're worse, but honestly I think these games are all around the same level of enjoyment. I think they're all around the same level of enjoyment. Pokemon Black and White, I'm gonna put them above Platinum. I'm gonna put them as good, but not godlike, because the Pokedex was very lacking. Honestly, Pokedex was very lacking. It was very interesting how they approached Gen 5. They didn't want to do the same shit that they've been doing. It was almost like a soft reboot. So you're in this new region, Unova, get all these new Pokemon. It was almost like Gen 5 was its own Gen 1. Unova kind of served as a Kanto, in a sense. And honestly, the Pokédex wasn't that bad. It was limited. We couldn't get the old Pokemon, but I think Unova, as a region, stands on its own, and I feel like that makes it pretty damn good. Like, all those people complaining that you couldn't get all the old Pokemon and that Unova was a bad region, they're on bullshit. They're on crack or something, because Unova was a great region. Anime sucked, but games, mwah. Story was great, and it was great. Man, so many things to love about this generation. I think the only thing we are missing is Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I think Gen 2 is an iconic generation, and it holds a lot of value in what makes Pokemon special. And it's very special to a lot of people who played the games back at that time. But the reason why I have it in that tier is because there is a better version of that game. Now, when you take the region that is Johto, the concepts that was brought into Gen 2, the Pokemon, all the extra stuff, and combine it with the new gameplay elements of Gen 4, you got yourselves some godlike games right there, baby. You got some godlike fucking games. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are honestly my favorite Pokemon games of all time. I got the Pokewalker and everything. I got that little special edition when it came out with the Pokewalker. I was training my Feraligatr on there, and these games are just so special to me. I see why people love Gen 2 so much. This is kind of like my Gen 2, but honestly, so taking my feelings out of the equation and how I feel about these games objectively, there was so much love put into it. The music, all the extra content that they put into the game, the Gen 4 elements, they put the Battle Frontier into the game from Gen 4. They updated some aspects of the game to put a little bit of Gen 4 into there. After you complete the Pokédex, you're able to catch Gen 3 and Gen 4 Pokemon on certain days. You know, you could get some other special Pokemon from Gen 3 and Gen 4. They gave you Torchic, Trico, and damn, what was that other third one? Mudkip. This is how you know I don't like. This is how you know I don't like Gen 3. I can't remember the fucking starters. Oh my god. But yeah, you was able to get those Pokemon. Not a lot, not much from Gen 4, but it's still some elements in there. They sped up the battling, because Platinum had this thing where you would hit the Pokemon, but like their light bar would go down super slow. But Heart Gold Soul Silver is just the perfect Gen 4 game. It was so good. Just like how Fire and Leaf Green just ended off Gen 3 in a spectacular fashion, I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver did that for Gen 4. And these are the best Pokemon games in my opinion. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Black and White 2. So that does it for my video. This is my tier list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. What is your favorite Pokemon game? What Pokemon games do you think are dog shit? Is there any Pokemon games that you feel are bad? Is any Pokemon game bad? Let me know in the comments section below, and I will see you all later.